Is it gonna be? It's gonna be like a small call, it seems.
I guess that's fine. I just read your messages, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't. Is that I need to pull the hard changes and then that I can't remember how these things worked again.
Yeah, you just need to merge in my changes, and I think that will be fine. Mm, I am right now trying to, sorry.
I have some conflicts. I guess those need to be synced.
Okay. Yeah, I'm loading the test results now on my machine. Do you guys want to just take a minute and check some of them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, for
You said
some,
that there were some differences between red, I guess.
yeah. Okay, but now I don't know why it did not run Wrath and Besu, it only ran. Hmm.
If you have the test suite working, then I'm not sure if I need to merge mine. We could start just using your and then try to get those merged to the actual repository.
Right, that's also fine with me. Yeah. Uh,
And you just were telling about the red issues, but is the Nethermind with the Nethermind is Get agreeing with Nethermind now well, or is there still something? We haven't gotten any updates from Nethermind for a while, so I don't know what's the
okay, so
status.
these are Nethermind failures.
They test there's some test messages which I usually when I if the message is different, there's no it still complains about them even though it shouldn't. And then there's some numbers or there's different more differences than there.
Okay, this one, for example, um, Nethermind is reporting an error, whereas Geth processed it. Transaction cost is
Since
higher than sender balance.
that might be about some assumption about how much they are ready to pay.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting that we are processing it fine.
But yeah, they
No.
need to go to look at the testings that don't share what's the test. No, it's in the test is there as well.
Right. But then we have block hash simple. Okay, block hash, I guess those will anyway fail probably.
Well, I was hoping that those were figured out by now already, but this at some point we're discussing that there were some issues found. Now it seems like that kind of like transaction cost is that the transaction cost error in many of them? Seems like a
Yeah,
common denominator.
this seems to be repeated.
That's a different one.
This is different. Empty with block num set first block. Okay, so here we can finally see some changes in the block structure.
Uh,
Um, excess block gas.
and Get is not reporting withdrawals or withdrawals route, I guess.
But we do. Traces. What is this? We never had this.
That's
guess
probably a
they're using
mistake
this.
because they added the tracing version, and maybe this version the tracing is just empty. But when you are calling tracing API, then maybe it's filled. But yeah, it shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I'm guessing they use the same object for both is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, this should be. Also, I see that difficulty is increased for some reason. It should not be, I think. Difficulty should stay the same. Yeah, hash is different.
Has this changed somehow because this output looks different than it used to be? Like,
what has
like now it's showing in the difficulty change in the same line that there's the minus minus and plus plus, and I think
yeah,
it used to print it like that.
So I think Hive is different now. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the Hive viewer. It's a command line that will show you the test results.
Yeah, I have been using it, yeah.
And I think it's not even the latest version. I did not build the latest, so it's
Okay.
the newer one. It looks somewhat
I guess
different.
I've been using even older one because the output is a bit different as well.
This size thing, we never figured this one out. State root different. This is interesting, kind of, because it implies that something in the state is also different.
Well, is it that the difficulty already?
No difficulty. No, that should not influence the state. Maybe if the gas cost or something would have been different.
Yeah. And the with travels route is not shared, so that also might be different if we don't know it.
Mm.
But I doubt because I would imagine that that's just the zero or the empty with travels.
I mean, I'm kind of sure that we do emit these kind of things.
Then it might be that you are running against older version of the get. Or someone else has broken the endpoint.
Okay, this is something that I have to check out. But for now, I think if we can collect a list. Let me just quickly spin up a note. The difficulty seems to be increasing. That we had the transaction cost. And
What was that the difficulty means nowadays? I think we had discussed about that, but I forgot what it means.
so the difficulty, I think it should stay the same as the original.
But what
one.
is difficulty? It's not, isn't it originally it was the hash or how much kind of in the proof of work how the difficult it was, but then we moved proof of stake and it is what changed what it means. But I thought it was changed to be the random oracle or something like that. But that doesn't look like a very random number to me.
No, this is not random. I mean, wasn't that difficulty supposed to be 0 afterwards?
So then both of those look weird. It should be 0. I think we had discussed about it before, but I forgot what. Like mix hash is 0 there.
I can quickly check.
Or was there a new fork and it was again repurposed something else?
Yeah, I mean, this one I will check. But as far as I know, that we just basically take the parent's difficulty and then keep it.
Like there's a total difficulty and that number also looks weird.
Yeah, total difficulty didn't we want to remove that?
Yes. Well, I mean, lots of people want to remove it, and the problem is backwards compatibility complaints, blah, blah, blah.
No, but I mean, it's removed from the official spec now. So
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, it was never in the official spec in the first place, right?
in the API spec?
Oh, in the API spec, I don't know if there. That's a good question. I don't know if it was ever. I was thinking of consensus spec. It's never in the header.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like 2-3 months ago. This PR was merged that removes total difficulty from the responses. Yeah, and here it is. I share it.
So it should be remote. And if you're gonna add the note to Nethermind, that needs to be removed.
Yep.
This I don't think in our spec, in the each simulate spec, I don't think we are mentioning that.
Yeah. Okay, so this should be removed. Right, okay, but reading this then, it means that for some reason, yes, get is not returning withdrawal root. This is something that I will have to look into, and also parent beacon block root. But yeah, so that's okay. Let me write that down as well.
I have to check our node what are.
I think it might be that because it's empty, we skip it.
I just met Gyriak about our get node, and it's saying that withdrawal is empty and it's there.
Okay.
So it might be that you're
Only
running a
for
test
this.
against something wrong, something else. Or it also we are not probably run. Well, we are running quite new get, I think. At least after the fork get we are running, but we haven't updated after the fork.
Like here, there's no difference, right? So in
some special case.
In some cases, it's skipping it. And it might be because of the chain config.
But why the chain config should be the same for all of these calls?
All of the tests run against the same fork, right?
Yeah, they should.
We are not testing different forks. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's weird if it's missing something somewhere.
Right. So in this case, it's only these two. Then there's the hash is still different. But I'm sure that this is because the state root is different.
Yeah. But then why the state is so different?
This is quite an important one.
Do we have cases where the state root is the same?
Oh, this is like an empty request even. So this should be very easy to find out.
And the parent hash is returned? Yeah. So it's also, there used to be a bug in the Nethermind that was using the wrong parent, and now it should be using the same parent because the hash is the same.
Yeah. So
these are Nethermind versus Geth, right?
Yes.
Should we reach out to Lucas and see what's going on with Nethermind? Have they been making progress, or is it kind of stalled out?
I think so. I think that what's best is if we like go with concrete things and basically be like, hey, these are the things.
Yeah.
I see. You're trying to go through this and see if any of this is a bug in Geth, and if not, then we can just go to them and say fix all these.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So this one, I think it's interesting to investigate because it's an empty request. So it should be very straightforward to know what is the correct state root.
State root can also change from validator withdrawals. Is that correct?
Yeah. In this case, the withdrawals are empty. But it can also change because of the EIP 2935, like the history.
Timestamp also used to be an issue, but now the timestamp is given and it's the same as well, so that cannot be that either. The sizes are actually different as well. But
what is the EIP that makes it so the state root can change without transactions?
I believe 2935, where the historical block hashes are taken from the state.
Yeah, exactly.
Did that land in the most recent hard fork?
Yeah, I think it was in Pectra.
Okay.
Are these tests against Spectra or something older? That's a good point.
Well, we have.
But has this chain forked already? I don't know if the config has been updated for that.
I believe it is against Pectra, but this is easy to check actually.
Isn't it about which config is being used for the generous block? Oh, it's
okay. So the prog time is set. I can see it. It is in prog. Then the prog timestamp is 450. What
and
is
is
this?
it bigger than that? I don't read hex.
Yes, it is bigger.
Are you read hex?
This is the Pectra block.
Well, that size is also interesting that we never figure out what caused the size difference, but I guess there wasn't good definition of what counts as a size.
Yeah, that doesn't contribute to the block hash anyway, so I would say that's one is okay. We can leave it for last. But yeah. So anyway, this one was easy.
Yes, now the traces is be returned in the Nethermind.
Yeah, this one we have way more differences.
It doesn't share everything.
So it's a simple value transfer.
Yeah, it's sending an ETH transfer and then the ETH logs is not disabled.
Right, but why is the gas use then different? Like what gas use should not be 0, right?
Is the left side Geth or left side Nethermind?
The minus signs is for Nethermind, plus sign is for Geth.
Can you open the truncated ones? Is there anything else? Yeah, and the transaction, there's also disagreement on what was the transaction, so the transaction hash is different. And the traces is weird because the traces look like that should be the call, what's in the calls. But I think the diff generated by the hive is wrong here. And I think that's not, I would imagine that's not actually what's being returned. Like there's the gas used, which is equals to what get is returning. It's just in the kind of wrong place.
No, I mean the gas used here doesn't match the gas used here. I don't get it. Like, I mean, I don't.
That is the Nethermind is in the traces says that, but the gas used in the blog is different than in the.
Exactly, and I think this is probably something that has to be fixed. I don't see why it can be a.
When you scroll higher, there's the calls, and yeah, there's also the both are agreeing that there was a goal with that gas used, and it's not in the block. It's not given. I wonder if the gas used is always 0 or not. Never mind.
Yeah. So let's jot this down.
No, when I'm making calls to Nethermind, the gas use is not always 0. I'm getting. Well, actually, the block for block it's always 0. So yeah, so they're missing that. So the block's gas use seems to be always 0.
And then we have the transaction hash, which is different. But in this case, we don't have the full body, so we can't tell.
Yeah, somewhat iteratively approach is good that those would be fixed, and then we run the tests again, and then we see again how they changed, and then I can run again.
So the gas is 0 here again.
Yeah, I just made a query against Nethermind, and I was also getting 0.
Okay.
I would imagine it's always 0 for the block.
Yeah. Basically, so what I'm seeing is that for some reason, I thought that we're in a better place and it's mostly matching, but seems like there's quite a few differences. Although I hope that they are mostly small and we can iron them out.
Yeah, I was hoping that when the Nethermind was working on this, that they would be running this test suite, and then they would be kind of checking those things, but that's not really what happened. And also before it was a bit annoying that I had all the time read this and then report what's wrong and what's different, and then I many times do that all the time.
So funnily enough, we have the opposite case here where Geth thinks that there's not enough fund, and Nethermind happily obliges. Calls from C1 to.
There are. There I'm setting the gas 0 in the transaction, and that should fail. But then Nethermind doesn't. Maybe Nethermind expect that to be gas limit or code something else than gas. No.
Oh, right. So there's no gas provided, so it should fail.
Yeah.
Gasless transactions. It works.
And for some reason, Nethermind is not obeying that gas 0.
Yeah,
it might be. I think it's an edge case that I'm testing here. That when you are setting 0, then the Nethermind assuming that means that it's not set, even though it's set to 0.
Yeah. Okay, get block properties. We have different return data.
What's the test?
It says get block property.
Yeah, that's a contract that returns all the kind of extra information that you can get in the Solidity, like block hash and block number and that kind of stuff, and then they are appended together. So if any block hash or block number or time or something is.
This makes sense that it doesn't work. Yeah.
Yes, again, the transaction hash is already different.
Oh, so they put the logs in the trace.
They also return the logs.
Here. Also
I think they're just using the same object there for the tracing and this.
But this then transaction index 1. It should start from 0, I think. I mean, all indexes start from 0. Okay, so let me.
Should be able to verify that by looking at the actual block, right? Like get block with transactions.
I mean, I'm 99% certain that it should start with 0. Here we even have the log index.
Etherscan is not giving that value.
Yeah, okay. So for this one of the clients reporting an error and one no error.
That's a call without any data, I think. Oh, there's empty calls.
Empty call. Right. So I guess maybe they are taking it as an error that
It's also returning status that like it's generating that there's a call even though there shouldn't even be a call. And it's also consuming gas and returning success, so it's some weird.
it's reverting. It's consuming the whole gas.
I don't understand why the both are returning very weird for that because there's no calls. Oh, there's one call that is empty. Yeah.
It
So
is
it's a
an
kind of
empty.
so that I guess that means it's a contract creating transaction. So it tries to create
Yeah.
a contract that has no data, and I'm not sure if that's allowed. But there's no one paying the gas for it.
Wait, why? No, because the zero account is paying the gas for it. And
Oh,
if there's
but
and
there's
it's
no
not
from
secure.
parameters.
Yeah, but it from defaults to zero, I think.
Okay.
Um,
But yeah, it's a bit bizarre test case in a way.
this is a bizarre test case, yeah.
I think there's an agreement. There's just the extra fields. No, the transaction hash is still different. So there's some default assumption for Nethermind and get are different for the transaction. I think that's the case.
Simple no funds.
Yeah, there's just the error code is different, but both are agreeing it's an error.
Yeah, error code, and that we are not returning a data field because it's empty, and Nethermind is. Invalid transaction index. Transaction cost. Okay. Yeah, so this is something that, I mean, should this fail? Is higher than sender balance. Sender balance is assumed to be 0. Who is the sender? It's C00. But so the state override is not working because it's clearly setting a high balance. And
Yeah.
oh, but at index 1. Oh, yeah.
Should that also be at the index 0? No, there's probably two. Is there two transactions or one transaction?
There's 2 transactions. But this one is not spending all of the funds. This is 10 billion, 1 trillion. Yeah. So there should be some funds remaining after this. I think there's something in the state override. Yeah. Anyhow, I think we have quite a few lists now.
Yeah, but I think many of those things were kind of edge cases, except there's a couple bigger ones.
There's a few things that, yeah. Like the state override, if it's not really working, then it can be causing a lot of the errors.
Yeah. Do you know, have you run this against red, and what's the differences there?
I was planning to. So some of the ones that I reported in the chat, those ones I found. But I will, yeah, I will run it against Reth and Besu.
But yeah, I guess they haven't commented on those changes.
No, not yet. I just posted it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about merging these test cases to the test suite?
I think that we first need to figure out that they all are correct.
Is that needed because they're in a way consensus tests? That's what they're testing against, that we are not in a way claiming that they get this. Who is wrong in a way? We just kind of are claiming that there's some difference between these two things. And then it's either get or nethermind or red or Besu who's wrong.
Yeah, I would think that it's better if we have figured it out, and then we can merge it.
Yeah.
And not have to like submit then fixes to the test later on. And we have to do this. Sorry?
Should I reach out to Lucas and see what the status is, if they're working on it?
Yep. I can give you the list if you want to write to him. Mike, if you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear him either. But yeah, Michael used to be muted and not muted anymore, but we still cannot hear.
Did I get disconnected?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Have you seen it?
Now we lost him. Oh. I can hear you again.
But can you hear Sina? You still hear Sina?
I'm here. I was muted.
You are audible. You are audible.
Did you, Micah, hear Sina's question? That if you want his list of those things?
Oh, yeah. So can you export that page somehow? Like in its interactable form?
Oh, I will have to, yeah, I can move it to HackMD.
Okay, that's something that makes it easy to just kind of review, and something we can link them. Ideally, not just like a CSV file that's this giant wall of text. It would be nice if you can get something like that. That'd be great. Or if you can publish that page somewhere that you were just looking at, whatever is easiest.
I think HackMD will make it kind of huge wall of text. If you can export the HTML, I think you can export the HTML.
Oh, you want the Hive, the output that I was showing, or just the
Yes, yeah, the output you were showing.
findings?
I mean, if you have the findings you guys found written down, that might be also useful.
Okay.
I was just thinking, you just give Lucas that page and say, hey,
Yeah.
here's a bunch of red. We went over them. Most of them seem to be Nethermind.
Yeah, sure, that works too. Just wanted to make their job easier by processing them a bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you have notes that you took during that, I think that would definitely make it easier and encourage them to get it done. So we should give that too. I didn't realize you're writing stuff down.
That's the work I used to do. That I but reading through those and then aggregated what I think was wrong, and then I sent them to Nethermind, and then they said that they are fixed, and then I run the tests again, and then kind of identified if they are fixed or not. But that's
Yeah.
a while ago.
What made you stop, Kimi?
They changed who is working on it.
Yeah.
Oleg used to work on it, and Oleg left. It was a lot back and forth when they were claiming that something was fixed, and then I checked it wasn't actually fixed, and it was somewhat tedious. Do you have anything else?
Not from my side.
Okay, I'll post a message in the Telegram, and if you can share either of those things we just talked about afterwards, that otherwise I don't have anything.
Yep. See you next week then.
Yeah, talk to you.
Bye.
See you later.